YouTube, what is up? So, the good folks over at BENKS sent me out their Kevlar Prestige Case for my iPhone 17 Pro Max, and they sent me out their ArmorGo kickstand wallet, which has the same design as the Prestige. Nice little matching little couple, don't you think?
Pretty good, right?
Now you can pick this up online. I'll leave a link down in the description. The case will run you about $55, and this design for the wallet will run you about $30. I've got a code that you can use that I'll put in the description. Use ACE15 at checkout and, save yourself 15%. Now, this case is MagSafe compatible all the way around Kevlar aramid fiber protection, and it has the covered camera button. Now, last year with my 16 Pro Max, what I'm, using up here to film for my down thingy,
I feel you.
I also had the Kevlar case, the Prestige, and this was my favorite case last year. This was my go-to. Always went back to it. This case, I don't think there's too much of a difference, but there is some things to discuss. So, what do you guys say? Let's get into the BENKS Prestige Case. Alrighty, so we've got the BENKS Prestige Case, and this is a Kevlar case, very nice, and they have a nice little film coating that they put on. It makes it feel very soft. Popping into the box, there you go. You got your little fake little iPhone thingy with the plateau thingy. It's all good, sure. So looking at the case here, now just to be upfront with you, I have been running with this case for, a good couple of weeks, to give it a tried and true test.
Excellent.
And I gotta say, I do dig it. It's much like the 16 Pro Max here, except the camera plateau. And the softness and the look of it, it's all the same. I mean, let's just compare like wear and tear, okay? I've had this over a year, and I kept going back to this case, and this case has not lost any of its functionality. This was a very, very good case, and this also is a good case. It's got a nice metal camera ring around it. It's got, separate buttons, not the little metal buttons, the camera control, and then also, it's got the little accent for the action button, and it's all the way around protection. And then looking on the inside, you have your magnetic ring here for MagSafe compatibility. You've got your little branding built with Kevlar, so it stops bullets? Don't know. Not gonna test it. I don't want to damage my phone.
Oh, come on!
And then up here in the corners too, they do have a little bit of the air, little air cushions up in the corners of this. Let's go ahead and let's weigh this case. So I've got my scale here on grams. What are we looking at? 37 grams, which for an aramid fiber Kevlar case with metal accents and a metal plateau, that's very nice. Now, let's compare it to last year's. So this one, 40 grams. So it's 2 grams lighter. That's a bonus. So slapping the BENKS Prestige Kevlar case onto my iPhone 17 Pro Max pops on there very nice. And to me, this is just an awesome design. The feel of that softness, of that coating that they put over their Kevlar feels really good. With the silver, iPhone, I'm just partial to it. I think with that metal camera ring around the plateau looks really good all the way around protection. Nice, precise cutouts, the feel in the hand. This is where this case shines. It feels good. It's very soft. Let's take some quick measurements to check out the width and the depth of the phone. So going over the width on this, what are we looking at here? Not including the buttons, 81.4, which is, like a standard hybrid case, like an ESR or a Spigen. They're about 82 0.5. So that 1 little millimeter in your hand, you know, it's little, but it makes a difference.
You said it was a good size.
And then looking at the depth here, where are we at depth-wise? Depth, 11.6. For regular cases between, what do I have up there? I've got like, 11.7, 12.1. So this is on the smaller end of, you know, that, the 11.6. To me, I would consider this a nice slim case that feels good. There's a little slippery maybe, but I don't know. I've held slippier phones, but the feel in this, it's a nice light case. Another banger. So let's go ahead and check out the responsiveness of the buttons. Very responsive. The action button, also very responsive. Sleep to wake, and the clickiness of those buttons, very nice. It's very tactile, satisfying buttons on this thing. So let's bring in my little Han Solo guy here and do a little camera button test. And what do we got? Hey there, mister, how are you? So the slide on this is very nice. It's smooth. The double taps are nice for the selection, and it's a great, oh yeah. Oh, you like that, huh? Oh, give it to me. The camera button on this, very nice, very clean. Now let's go over the fit along the sides, you know, down, very, very stiff until you come along the buttons. Buttons come out a little bit up on top, a little bit around the camera button. Down below, comes down a little bit, but snaps right back. Up top, it comes out a little bit, but snaps right back. Now, as you can probably see, the top, I didn't notice this with the 16 Pro Max, but I can see some of my phone, the silver. Last year, I had the black titanium, so I didn't really notice that. But, you know, it's, if you've got the orange, or I don't think you'd really see too much of the blue, it's not that distracting. Just know that it's there. The corners are nice. That's about the only fault that I have. Is it really a fault?
Dun, dun, dun.
Probably not. It's just, you know, it's going to stay on your phone. It's very secure. Now, as far as screen protection, it's very nice screen protection around. It comes up a little bit on the ends, it looks like, so which I do like. And, you know, I do have a screen protector on. As a matter of fact, I have the BENKS Sapphire screen protector. I've gone through a couple of screen protectors. You know, I get a case of the dropsies every now and again, which is why I have a screen protector. And I've cracked a couple and replaced them, and then, you know, BENKS sent these out. I haven't had to replace it so far. This has been a very nice screen protector. Link in the description. Save yourself 15%.
See what you did there?
But yeah, so you should be good when you go to set your phone down. And then on the camera as well, a nice, you know, raise around the camera plateau. So you should be good when you go to set your phone down there as well. How about those magnets? So I've got my magnet paper here, and it's there's lots of bleed through on the magnets, but your dewdrop is good and solid, but a couple of stutters through here. But of course, it all depends upon if it charges, and we'll do a little shake test. So I have my 160 gram weighted portable charger here, and it charges. Let's see, how about that dewdrop? What do we got going on here? Yeah, there's not really any resistance.
You with the resistance? What?
Yeah, you can't really. They're kind of saying hi to each other. You hear the clickage? But yeah, there's really no resistance. Probably more of a resistance from the coating and from the Kevlar. But let's give it a little shaky shake, shall we? So where are we at here? Small, light, medium. That's right, these had really good magnets. Hard. Yeah, medium to hard shakeage. But let's try it with a wallet. Let's try it with the BENKS wallet. Now, I have been using the wallet a little bit. And this is, you know, it's a nice little fold out little wallet, which you can fold. Oh, it's here. See, that's the thing. The whole wallet doesn't fold out. Just the little, you know, magnetic ring, which is kind of cool. It does, there is a little creak to it. I believe just the front here has, you know, the coating and the Kevlar. The rest of this is like a plastic. So you can get, you give it a little pressure. I thought, you know, there's a little bit of a creak, but
We're waiting.
when you add, it holds up to 3 cards comfortably. So, and it has a nice little spring to where it, you know, pushes your cards up against, so they're not all loose in there if you just have the one. And you can put in 3 cards, and that creak is, you know, pretty much gone. You gotta have a little bit of give. So, yeah. So, you know, just a little give. Just a little give.
Boo this man!
But let's see, can I put in a 4th? You can put in a 4th. It is a little tight. Is it a lot tight? It's a lot tight. But you can put in 4 cards, but with just 3, you know, they slide out nice and easy. A little bit of thumb action there. So, but let's go ahead and keep it in the cards. And let's go ahead and slap it on. Take a look at that. See, that's pretty slick. And the, like I said, with the, just the little magnet part holding it there, you can go like so, you can go like so, you can even go, you know, like so, if you want to. Great little stand. This thing is super, super light. As a matter of fact, I should probably weigh this just real quick. I went ahead and took out the cards, and what's this thing weigh? 46 grams, which, wait, wasn't the case lighter? What did I say the case was? Which one? Let me know in the comments, which was lighter, the case or the wallet? Okay, putting the cards back into the wallet here, slapping it on. Again, that's stylish. That looks good. I like it. There's a little bit of a resistance there, but I can tell that this, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's on there. You'll be able to shake it. Let's try to do this without hitting buttons. But yeah, it's not gonna, there's not even hardly any wiggle in the butt. This thing ain't got no wiggle in the butt.
He ain't lying.
I like this case. This is probably gonna be, again, my go-to unless something else comes up, which I highly doubt. I mean, it's feels good in the hand. It's a little bit slimmer, you know, depth and width-wise than others, and it's light, and it's Kevlar, nice drop protection. It's a good one. Well, now that you're all set with a case and a magnetic wallet, how are you set for charging? How are you set for a 3-in-1 charger? A Qi 2.2 25-watt wireless charging station that is MFI certified for your watch, and it charges your AirPods. Well, I happen to have a video right here. ESR, they have the Qi 2.2 25-watt wireless charging station. This one, it's a great little charger. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Peace and love.